What is good, YouTube? My name is Velikan. In this video, we are taking a look at the Tier 3 relics for League 6, Demonic Pacts for Oldschool Runescape, and a little bit of a forward. The wiki maps for Tier 3 teleports may miss certain teleports, and one example may or may not be the Zulrah one. Zulrah has a deposit box, and it is not on the Bank Heist wiki page. And I found that out, and now I'm not sure if the wiki is complete, right? Same thing goes for Map of Alacrity. It is not certain what constitutes as an agility shortcut. So we're hoping that the wiki is correct, but if they are wrong, I am wrong. So, Bank Heist. This item will allow you to teleport to any deposit box, bank, or bank chest. If you take a look at the map, it gives you a pretty decent spread along the world map, right? So in most areas, you're off pretty well. The worst area for Bank Heist would be Wilderness. So Bank Heist, it's pretty good for getting around, but a lot of it is devalued by basic teleports. Ferox Enclave has the dual ringing. The Falador banks, of course, just have the Falador teleport. Civitas Illafortis, same thing, right? So a lot of major areas where you can go to with Bank Heist, you could probably get to pretty quick with a different way, right? And the closest fairy ring, I think, is Alderin. There might be others, but Alderin is at least in Varlamore, so everyone has access to it. Then there are some niche cases like the Nex Bank. If you can get there with Bank Heist, you can skip the KC, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal because Nex KC is tripled anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. So obviously, the draw for Bank Heist is quick banking. It's amazing for quick banking. It's just that other relics or other methods may put you close to a bank as well. Farming Cape comes to mind, Drakar's Medallion comes to mind, Crafting Cape comes to mind, and to be honest, the other two relics get you pretty close to a bank as well. Then, this relic can put you close to certain bosses like Huey. It can get you pretty close to the Gemstone Crab, Chambers of Xeric, and Wintertodt. And there might be some other bosses that I've missed, but basically, it's Bank Heist isn't the worst. Then, Evil Eye. It will allow you to teleport to the entrance of any boss or raid in the combat achievement list. Barrows will have an option to get to the chest or to the surface, and then you can teleport to each Moons of Peril individually. Very cool. So you can immediately see that Evil Eye has a lot less teleport areas, but for instance, the Wilderness is absolutely packed. So that might be interesting. So you can also see that, for instance, in Kandarin, and I will be handling that in a second, there is no teleports at all with Evil Eye. But that's not that big of a deal. I'll tell you why in a second. So there are enough teleports that put you close to a bank. Huey is one of them. Colosseum is another if you have the glory for it. TOB, Wintertodt, Temporos, like there's plenty of Evil Eye teleports that can get you pretty close to a bank. Gemstone Crab might be a little bit annoying to get to. It depends on where the Doom teleport drops you off. Then Abyssal Sire teleports you on top of a fairy ring, supposedly. And then the teleports to the individual moons are pretty damn nice. So I like this one over Bank Heist. Very simple. It does lack teleports to the Avian Savannah, which is in Varlamore, but you would have the fairy ring available to you, and you have Hunter Guild Quetzals, right? It lacks teleports in Zeya, specifically in the Shazian area, but you would have the Book of the Dead teleports, a fairy ring, and also the skills necklace to the Woodcutting Guild. It lacks teleports in Kandarin, we just talked about that, but you would have the Royal Seed Pod available to you. You have Ardo teleport, Sears teleport, Yanol teleport, so I don't think Kandarin needs a lot of extra teleports there. It also lacks a bit of teleports in Asgardia, but you would have Falador teleport, you have Games Necklace to Birth Up, so you have some options, right? Map of Alacrity, the one that many prefer. This item will allow you to teleport to agility shortcuts. You'll be sent to the less favorable side of the shortcut. That is important. Or the starting side if it's one way. Teleports can only be used if you meet all of the requirements to reach their location. Sure. So, Map of Alacrity. It's pretty poor in Zeya. If you take a look, the Lovakenji area, Shazian area, and the Chambers of Xeric area is pretty poor. Then also Varlamore, it's pretty bad, but at the same time, and this goes for Karen and Zeya as well, you have some options in there without the map of Alacrity, that is, right? So Map of Alacrity, I think looks like the clear winner, but, and this is a big but, it requires agility levels. And most agility requirements aren't too bad, but you know what you're signing up for. If you don't go hot foot, you might run into some trouble. And a few examples are Dagonoth Kings. That agility shortcut is level 85. KQ is 86. Hydra is 88. Yama um, is 83. And there's probably a few more that I've missed, right? If you're thinking, oh, this is leagues, we have X16 multiplier. Yeah, but 88 is pretty far out. Trust me on that one, especially without hot foot, right? So you can put yourself close to a bank at the Nemesis Retreat. If you don't know where that is, if you're doing Varlamore Veil Totems, you will definitely visit the Nemesis Retreat. And there is a level 24 agility shortcut there, pictured in the top right of our screen. And then there's also a fair amount of Fairy Ring teleports. Desert has one, Tyrannuin has one, Zeya has one, there might be some others. Auburn Vale is the Varlamore alternative. So you can get pretty close to a Fairy Ring with Map of Alacrity as well. Then it lacks teleports to the Avium Savannah, as I already mentioned, but you would have a Fairy Ring straight in the middle of the Avium Savannah, so is that a big deal, question mark? It lacks teleports in Zeya, as mentioned, but you would have Book of the Dead teleports, Fairy Rings, and the Skills Necklace to the Woodcutting Guild. So basically, the shortcomings of the map, and this counts for Evil Eye as well, are pretty easy to circumvent, right? And then something that I have seen is Map of Alacrity, specifically with Flow State. In Zeya for Blood Rune crafting is something I keep reading. I personally think it's memes. Blood Rune crafting, the experience per hour is, let's say it's like 2 million, which I don't think it is, but let's say it is. You're gonna do 6 hours of Blood RC. I don't know. That's all I'll say. Then, conclusion, as always, this relic depends on your areas. The thing is, I cannot find a use case for Bank Heist. So if you know one, leave a comment down below, please. And I will ask everyone to at least read the comments. So you will inform anyone who's watching this video. So please do that. I think Bank Heist is pretty good really early, but it seems to weaken pretty fast when you get your spellbook teleports, jewelry teleports, skilled cape teleports, Quetzal, etc. Right? That, I think, is a fair assessment of Bank Heist. So it basically becomes Evil Eye versus Map of Alacrity, and it depends on your areas, because some of your bosses may have agility shortcuts. You would have to look at those, and then these agility shortcuts may be relatively high agility. We talked about that, like DKs, Yama, whatever, right? Then, if your area has a boss alternative for Slayer mobs, you can leverage Evil Eye better. What does that mean? It means that if you get a 200 kill task for Dagonoths, you can just leverage Evil Eye that much more, because you can just do Dag Kings for your Dagonoth task, right? And I think this is as far as I can get on the tier 3 relics. It was pretty difficult to judge this tier. Good luck, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.